And we welcome you back here to Cougar Field on the campus of Kean University as we get set for the championship round of the New Jersey Athletic Conference softball tournament. The Kean Cougars, who are the number 3 seed in this tournament, will take on Richard Stockton, the Ospreys, to number 5 seed, who survived a long battle here in game number 1, knocking off the number 1 seed, the Roadrunners of Ramapo. They did that by a 7-6 count, getting a bases loaded walk to win in the elimination game, which started this morning at 10 o'clock. So this is where we have arrived. Cougars this past Tuesday here at Cougar Field beat Rowan 3-2, and then yesterday they knocked off William Patterson 2-0 and shut out Ramapo 5-0. Victoria Trope will be the starting pitcher for the Ospreys, who will be the home team here. Now, in order for Richard Stockton to take home the championship trophy, they have to knock off the Cougars 2 games here. Cougars win here in this 12 o'clock start, and they take home the NJAC championship.
Moving out the top half of the first inning, 14, right fielder number 9, Cayleen Rizo.
So for the Cougars, they have won 17 of 19 games played here at Cougar Field this season. Cayleen Rizo will lead it off for the Cougars, the right fielder. First pitch is ball 1. Rizo at 369 on the season, 45 hits, 2 doubles, no triples, 4 home runs for Rizo, and 15 runs batted in. 53 degrees and cloudy. Lights have been on since this morning, although it was a lot darker this morning than it is right now. Up the middle, a base hit for Rizo to start the Cougars off here in a championship game.
The second baseman, number 6, Emily Sabo.
So the NJAC Player of the Year for 2015, Emily Sabo will step in. Led the conference in batting at .491. There's the bunt, and look at the speed there, and the ball not able to be handled by the second baseman there, and that's really what you have to do here. Just get the ball in play and get people moving around.
The shortstop, number 24, Cayleen Rizo.
So for Rizo, it's a bunt single. All the way to third goes Rizo. And the Cougars, just like that, have runners in scoring position with nobody out for Cayleen Rizo. Rizo at 363. Runner will go. The throw is cut off midway between the pitcher's circle and second base. So stolen base for Rizo. So 2 runners in scoring position here. I should say stolen base for Sabo. Rizo batting. We had a couple of runners in scoring position. 2 strikes on Rizzo. Off speed pitch. It's a base hit. 1 run is in. They're going to try to score the second. A good throw there, but not handled by the catcher. Ratty and Sabo both score, and the Cougars are ahead already 2-0. So Rizzo the single, and the Cougars first 3 batters up, 3 hits, and they lead it 2-0. Here's Dana Knapp to step in for the Cougars. Knapp at 361. Rap! She hits one over the head of the center fielder off the base of the wall. Here comes the 3rd run of the game. So the Cougars up 3-0 with their 4th hit, and we are going to get very quickly a new pitcher coming in for the Ospreys. 3-0. Cougars are on top.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Stockton, number 5, Hannah Bebo.
So after just 4 batters, Cougars with 3 runs on 4 hits. Hannah Bebo is the new pitcher coming in for the Ospreys. Jackie Riley is going to bat for the Cougars.
First baseman, number 19, Jackie Riley.
So Riley will step in, runner on at first base. Still nobody out here in the first inning for the Cougars. Riley at 373, and it is bunting the ball for the Cougars. 44 hits on the season for Riley. 13 doubles. No triples, a home run, and 31 runs batted in. So the Cougars jump off to a big start here. Bunt foul. Coach Richard Stockton trailed 4-0 in the elimination game that just ended, and they came back for a win there with a bases loaded, a walk that forced in the winning run. 2-strike pitch on the way. On the ground to second. They'll get 1. They won't get the double play. Good effort there. Looks like Knapp is hurt there at second base on the slide. Archie Acker's there. Looks like she might have been stepped on that play. Looking at her right hand, maybe a finger on that right hand. So they will check to see keep an eye on center field when the Cougars come out. Here's Samantha Krakauer, the catcher. Krakauer, a 309 hitter, 25 hits on the season. 5 extra base hits, all doubles, and she knocked in 8 runs. And ball. So Bebo is coming in here trying to shut down this Cougar offense. Runner on at first base now with 1 out, 3 are in here. And that's a foul ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls that one up. So 1 and 2 on Krakauer, the Cougar catcher. And that one, a little soft line drive, smothered by the second baseman. He'll get the out at first base. That was not a catch there. Ball was smothered there. Well, let's see. They're going to call double play. Oh, hold on here. And Margie Acker's going out to talk to the umpires, but the home plate umpire is going to call the catch at a double play, doubling the runner off at first base. So Riley is off there 4-3 on that double play. So the Cougars are done in the first. They scored 3 runs on 4 hits. So they have 3 runs, and the Ospreys are coming to bat. Shannon McMahon in the circle for the Cougars. 21-2 on the season with a 1.16 earned run average. Picked up a couple of wins yesterday for the Cougars. Carly Shaw will lead things off for the Ospreys. One ball and 1 strike. Shaw started today at 340. It's at the Sabo on hop, and 1 down for the Ospreys.
Designated player number 22, Alexa Massa.
Here's Alexa Massa, a designated player in this game. 279 to start the day out. Beresny has time. And they cross the diamond for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 33, Holly Arentelitz.
So Holly Arentelitz will bat, the right fielder. Started the day at 3:13. And ball one. That pitch missed inside. Two balls and no strikes. That got past Berezny at third. Once that did, Rizzo, even if she came up with that ball, wasn't going to throw out the runner. So an infield hit. Renowitz on at first with 2 outs, and Alexandra Cosenzo will step to the plate. Cosenzo, 358 starting today, takes a strike. .43 hits for the season, second on the Osprey team. That one fouled back over our heads and landing on the roof here and right back in front of us. So they warned people about the balls hitting the net, and then warned people about the ball coming off the roof onto their heads. That one landed right in front of us. 0-2 pitch in the air to left field. Zengo not able to get to that one. Another hit for the Ospreys. That was a good pitch. And Cosenzo fighting it off and getting the hit to left field. So here's Lugo. Swings through that pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Cougars with 4 hits in the top half of this inning. 2 hits here for the Ospreys. Their 2 hits have come with 2 outs. That one is foul, out of play. Breeze starting to pick up a bit here. We've had a pretty calm weekend here, especially here for Cougar Field. We usually have that wind blowing in our faces. That one popped up. Sabo will make the call on the catch. And the Ospreys will leave a couple of runners on in the bottom half of the first inning. 1 complete here in the championship round of this NJAC championship tournament. 3-0 Cougar.
Leading off for the Cougars, third baseman, number 14, Amanda Berezny.
Amanda Berezny will lead things off for the Cougars, as the 7, 8, and 9 batters will come up here in the second inning. Cougars with 3 runs in inning number 1. Ball 1. Beresny hitting at .230, 26 hits on the season, an extra base hit, a double, and 14 runs batted in. So that one foul off the base of the dugout, which would normally be the dugout of the Cougars, but the Ospreys are the home team in this game. Cougars on the first base side, which they were in one game yesterday as well. Cougars trying to go undefeated and win the championship here in this game here. If the Ospreys should win, we'd have a third game, and that would be the championship game. Cougars have not lost in the 3 games that they played. It's outside. On the ground to shortstop. Nice stretch there. Casenzo at first base. And Beresny is out for the Cougars.
Number 12, Taryn DiGiacomo.
Here's DiGiacomo. And a strike. Stockton lost their first round game to William Patterson 6-3, and obviously have not lost since then. Giacomo is a .241 hitter. One and two. No extra base hits on the season and knocked in a couple of runs. She is the number 2 pitcher on this team. It's 11-5 on the season pitching. And a 2.23 earned run average at all 3 games. Actually, 4 games now that the Cougars have played. We've had McMahon, and that's a called strike 3. First Cougars to go down on strikes.
Number 13,
So Zengel will come to play. Olivia Zengel's a left fielder for the Cougars. 233 hitter, batting in the 9th spot. Looked to drop a bunt down there and missed it. Zengel with 21 hits on the season. 1 extra base hit, that was a double, knocked in 5 runs. It's the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Speed pitch, that one stayed outside. And evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second. Slapped to short. Bang, bang play there. And he out called at first base. Cougars are done in the second inning. They go down 1-2-3. Ospreys come to bat trailing the Cougars 3-0.
For Stockton, second baseman, number 12, Ashley Lobel.
Ashley Lobel to lead it off. Second baseman. Started the day at 273. McMahon starts her off with a strike. And a strike, so McMahon ahead 0-2. Lobel, the second baseman for the Ospreys. Swinging strike three. McMahon picks up her first strikeout. And Morgan DeVello will step in.
Number 6, Morgan DeVello.
And a strike, so McMahon, she has really been spot on in this tournament. Tries to bunt, that's a foul ball. 0-2. Shortstop for the Ospreys. Got to get that over quick, and does. So Rizzo makes a nice play, returns a favor. Nice play by the shortstop for the Ospreys to end the top of the inning. So here's Casey Sheeta.
Third baseman, number 29, Casey Sheeta.
Third baseman. 227 to start the day for Sheeta. Got around on that pitch and fouled off. And a strike, 1-2. So plate umpire giving both these pitchers the outside part of the plate. That one was a bit more outside than the others. 1-2. And that's in there for a call, strike three. That was a nice pitch on the inside part of the plate. She didn't think so, but that was a real good pitch. So the Ospreys down in order in the second inning after two. Kean University with a 3-0 lead.
right fielder number 9, Cayleen Rizo.
Cougars back up here in the third inning, and we will have the top of the order. Ratty started out the game with a hit. Cougars had 4 consecutive hits to pick up their 3 runs. Cougars looking for their first NJAC championship since 2011. That was the second of 2 in a row won by the Cougars. Richard Stockton looking for their first NJAC championship. That one is line foul. They've been playing for a tournament championship since 1985. In 83 and 84 was the Jersey Athletic Conference. Glassboro State and Trenton won that. So Ratty now has a 3-1 count. Going to get on for the second time. That's a foul ball. Like the sun has broken through here at Cougar Field. So plenty of clouds around now. That's bounced to short. The Velo gets it across, and Ratty is out to start the third inning.
The second baseman, number 6, Emily Sabo.
So here's Sabo. Bunt single. Scored the second of 3 for the Cougars. And a strike on the outside part of the plate. Winner of the NJAC tournament gets an automatic bid into the NCAA Division III tournament. So it's 0-2. That's outside 1-2. Rizzo follows. Sabo bats in the number 2 spot. Now the count evens out. 2-2. Now we're full at 3-2. So Sabo was behind in the count. Now works it to 3-2. Sebo's pitch, and it's up the middle of the base hit. So Sabo, her second hit of the game. So she's on with 1 out. And I'll have to watch Sabo over there at the first base. She has stolen 21 of 22 attempts. So here's Rizzo. Knocked in a couple. There goes the runner, and that ball hit into center field. Sabo will be able to return very quickly. So Rizzo is out on the fly ball to center field. Here's Dana Knapp. Single. She was doubled off. Injured her hand, but obviously not that much. Looks like she has tape on that right hand, the second finger on her right hand. See how that'll affect her swing. Knocked in a run with a single. Her first time up. There goes Sabo. Looked like she got a bad jump. Now leaps over, and they missed the tag. The shortstop had to kind of leap for that ball and fell down. So she really couldn't get at Sabo. And Sabo did a little leap of her own to avoid the tag. So give her a stolen base, her 22nd in 23 attempts. Gets herself in scoring position for Knapp.
2-0, right? 1-0. Okay.
So now the officials are saying that the count is 1-0.
First pitch was a ball, and the next pitch was a.
Yeah, I think that Knapp
It's 2-0.
has faced two pitches. So the umpires are talking down there. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. There's a strike. 2-1 to Knapp. Knapp with 30 RBIs now on the season. That's outside. 3-1. So Knapp will look for a pitch to drive here on 3-1. And swung on and missed. 3-2. Knapp would swing for their 4th home run there. So this will be a 3-2 pitch. And that one driven into center field. That's going to be off the base of the fence. It'll easily score Sabo with a 4th run for the Cougars. So a single off the center field fence. And the Cougars are up on top 4-0. That was a line shot out there by Knapp. So here's Riley. Takes a strike. Riley lined into a double play. Her first time up. Hit the ball to second base. Second baseman smothered it. And actually that was Krakauer who did that. Riley reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. And we'll get a base hit there. So Riley gets a hit. 3rd hit of the inning for the Cougars. And he got 3 hits in.
Number 22, Sam Krakauer.
Actually, that is hit number 7 for the Cougars. Got 4 in the first inning. It's Krakauer. Krakauer lined into the double play to end the first inning. So Knapp is on at second, Riley at first with 2 outs. Cougars ahead 4-0. Popped it up in the left. Thomas is there, and Thomas makes the catch. The Cougars will leave a couple of runners on. They did pick up another run, so after 2.5, Cougars with a 4-0 lead. Home half of the third inning here. 9-1-2 up for the Ospreys. I'll see Thomas, the left fielder. Sabo, and throws that one away. That's going to hit off the dugout there, and Thomas is going to end up at third base. That's going to be a rare error that you're going to see on Sabo there at second base. That'll be a base hit. That was a tough play for Sabo, and tried to rush it over there to get the out, but instead it is an infield hit, and then a two-base throwing error there. So Thomas is on at third base. Carly Shaw is your batter. Top of the order for the Ospreys. Shaw takes strike one. Shaw grounded out to second base her first time up. Pops it up on the infield. Sabo makes the call and makes the catch there. Sabo, that ball almost rolled down her arm. And one out for the Ospreys. So Alexa Massa will bat. Massa grounded out to third base her first time up. And a strike. Ospreys with the runner on at third base. Now with one out. That's going to be a base hit. That'll knock in the run for the Ospreys. So Massa gets the single. Knocks in Thomas. Ospreys on the board. It's 4-1. Holly Arenaris, which is up. She is the right fielder. Had an infield hit her first time up. Strike from McMahon. 4-1. The Ospreys trailing the Cougars as it has gotten dark again. That one into right center. Over goes the right fielder for the Cougars. That's Ratty, who makes a nice play. Gets to throw back in. Riley able to corral it there. So Ratty ranging into right center field makes the catch. That's 2 outs. Runner
First baseman,
still at
11,
first base.
Alexandra Casenzo.
So Casenzo will bat. Casenzo, a base hit to left her first time up. McMahon made a nice pitch on her, and she just stayed with it and kind of muscled it into left field. It's a foul ball. Ospreys trying to win the NJAC championship from the 5 seed. Cougars are number 3. Outside 2-1. Got her in on the fists again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cougars win this game. They are the NJAC champions. Got a round on that one again. Almost got the photographer there standing outside the Ospreys dugout. Tried to get her to chase that pitch. So now we are at a full count here, so the runner will be moving at first base. That's Mazza. Got underneath that one. Zengo goes back. Zengo can't get it against the fence. The runner's rounding third on her way home and will score. Zengo got back to the wall there and just could not hold on to the ball. So that's a double where Casenzo knocks in a run. And so now it is 4-2. 2 runs in this inning. And Lugo is at the plate. Lugo is 0 for 1 with a pop out. That's up the middle of the base hit. Runner rounding. Here comes the throw. And a great throw coming in from center field by Knapp. And the out is made. Not sure why there wasn't an out call in the first place. I thought she had her there, but the tag is applied. And a great throw from Knapp in center field. And the inning is over. The Ospreys pick up a couple of runs, but we'll head to the 4th, 4-2. Cougars will have the bottom three in their order: Berezny, DiGiacomo, and Zengel.
Leading off the fourth inning, third baseman, number 14, Amanda Berezny.
Berezny 0 for 1, a ground out to shortstop. The Cougars with 3 runs in the first inning. Added on another in the third to go up 4-0. And came up with 2 runs at the Ospreys in the third inning. And there is a soft line drive by Berezny to the shortstop. Velo with the play there. And
player, number 12, DiGiacomo.
1 out for the Cougars. DiGiacomo, the designated player. Struck out looking her first time up and takes a strike. One ball and 1 strike. Swinging and a miss there. 1-2. Giacomo reaches for that one. 1-2. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Off speed pitch and a base hit in the center field. So DiGiacomo waited perfectly on that one and sends that pitch into center field. So she is on with 1 out. Now they just called her out for being out of the batter's box. So DiGiacomo, they're going to take that hit away and say that she was out of the batter's box when she hit the ball. So, wipe that hit away from the Cougars. There's a bunt there by Zengel. She flies down there and gets the base hit. The bunt single for Zengel. That comes with 2 outs. And the top of the order for the Cougars.
Number 9, Caroline Ratty.
So Ratty comes up with a runner on with 2 outs. Ratty is 1 for 2. A single to center and a run scored in the first. Grounded out to shortstop her last time up. Cougars bat with 2 outs in the fourth, leading 4-2. Nice pitch on the inside part of the plate there. No balls and 2 strikes on Ratty. Tried to get it to chase outside. 1-2. Now that evens up the count at 2-2. And that ball's in there for a call strike 3. That's a nice pitch there from Bebo to strike Ratty out looking. So the Cougars failed to score here in the fourth. We'll head to the home half of the fourth inning. 4-2, Kean University.
Off for Stockton, second baseman, number 12, Ashley Lobel.
Bottom fourth. Ashley Lobel will lead off. Struck out her first time up and swings at that one for strike one. Two runs on 6 hits through 3 for the Ospreys against McMahon. McMahon ahead in the count. 0-2. Popped up on the infield. McMahon will take it herself. And that's out number 1.
The shortstop, number 6, Morgan DeVello.
Morgan DeVello will step in, the shortstop. 0 for 1, grounded out to shortstop. Slaps that one into right field, and Ratty back there to get that one. Quickly 2 down here in the fourth inning. There's Casey Sheeta. Just struck out looking her first time up. And pops it up. There is Sabo. And the Ospreys are down 1-2-3 in the fourth inning. So we head to inning number 5. 4-2. Cougars on top. Top half of the fifth inning here at Cougar Field on the campus of Kean University. 2017 NJAC softball tournament. Cougars can win the championship with a victory here in this game. Well, Richard Stockton looking to extend this tournament one more game and get an opportunity to win their first championship. Ball one. Sable's 2 for 2, a bunt single and a single to left field. Has scored 2 times in this game. 2-0 to Sabo. Cougars got off to the quick start. 3 runs in the top half of the first inning. First 4 batters got hits.
Thank you. No problem. Enjoy.
That's a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. That's outside. So 3-1. Sabo leading off the 5th inning with a 4-2 lead for the Cougars. Takes a strike, so we're full 3-2. Sabo, Rizzo, and Knapp are due up for the Cougars here. They are the visiting team in this contest. Looking to sweep through this tournament. And there's ball 4. So Sabo on for the 3rd time in the game. Cayleen Rizo will step to the plate. Rizzo knocked in 2 with a single in the first. Flew out to center field her last time up. Ball 1. Sabo stole the base last time she was on. Has only been caught stealing once this season in 23 attempts. I had to bunt there and missed it. 1-1. And checking the wristbands to get the sign. This will be a 1-1 pitch. Again looking to bunt and bunts it foul. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a called strike 3. So Rizzo takes that strike.
Center fielder.
Bebo's 3rd strikeout. There's Dana Knapp. Knapp is 2 for 2 and has driven in a couple of runs. Ball. That misses low. That one hit Knapp in the head. Ball bouncing up off the plate and then hitting Knapp, hit her in the side of the helmet. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And that hits the outside corner. Evens up the count at 2-2. Sabo at first. And there's a line drive that's right past the second baseman. That was a close play there. Lobel got close to that one. Had to wait a second to see if it was going to get by her. And just did. That's the third hit for Knapp. Cougars have runners at first, at second. So here's Riley. Riley is 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice. Had a base hitter last time up in the third inning. And takes strike one. Ebo reaching back to fire that one. That one came with some heat. Fly ball center field. Shaw's back there. Shaw makes the catch. The tag was made, but now here comes Sabo. There's nobody there. Slides into third. She's saved. What a heads-up base running job that was by Sabo. The throw was offline. She saw that nobody was there and just took off to third base. So Riley flies out, and the Cougars have runners at second and at third with 2 outs.
The catcher, number 22, Sam Krakauer.
Just a heads-up play by Sabo. So here's Krakauer with 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And that one gets away. And there's that move by Sabo that helps build a run for the Cougars with their speed. So Sabo, by getting herself to third, put herself in a position to score on that pass ball. So it's 5-2 Cougars. 2-0 count now. And ball 3. So 3-0 count to Krakauer. Taking all the way, strike 1. 3-1. And Krakauer pops it up. Shaw, the center fielder, gets over there and makes the catch. Cougars are done. They pick up a run on a pass ball. And so it's 5-2 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ospreys here in the 5th. Thomas, Knapp almost didn't have to move on that. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 5th inning for the Ospreys. Top of the order now.
Top of the order for the Ospreys, center fielder, number 23, Carly Shaw.
So Carly Shaw will come to the plate. Shaw's 0 for 2. She rounded out to Sabo and popped out to Sabo. So the Cougars, 5 runs on 9 hits. Let's see if Ratty can get over there. She will. So that's 2 down. Massa will come to the plate. The Ospreys have 2 runs on 6 hits. Cougars have committed 1 error. That's a ball. That says 1 for 2. RBI single in the 3rd. Up the middle. Sabo will get there, but no chance there for Sabo. That's an infield hit. They just kept that ball from going into center field. But no play there for Sabo.
The right fielder, number 33, Holly Arentowicz.
Arentowicz will bat. 1 for 2 with an infield hit. Got a ball past Berezny at 3rd. Was backhanded at shortstop, but no play. 7th hit of the game for the Ospreys. That's a strike 1-1 right at the knees. It's that pitch from McMahon. And inside, McMahon looking for a 22nd win of the season. Has lost 2. That one is up the middle for a base hit. So back-to-back hits here for the Ospreys with 2 outs. Gives them runners on 1st and 2nd. Cosenzo will come to the plate. Now Cosenzo is 2 for 2. Single in the 1st, an RBI double in the 3rd. So see how the Cougars handle this because, oh, nice pitch to start her off with a strike. Chop foul. 2 strikes now.
I think it's 3-3 now. Yep, it's tied. Now 2-0, 3-0.
Off speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cosenzo. She bats with 2 on and 2 outs here in the 5th. Now we're evened up in the count at 2-2. Oh, got her inside there, and that went off the face of the dugout there on the 3rd base side. Can't get around too much more than that. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th. Oh, that one just missed. McMahon was heading toward the dugout. That ball just missed, so the count is full at 3-2. That'll release the runners on the bases. That was a nice pitch there by McMahon. A tough take there. That one right at Riley at first base. And Riley will get the unassisted play. Ospreys will leave a couple runners on. We'll head to the 6th inning. 5-2. The Cougars on top. Top half of the 6th inning. Beresny will lead it off for the Cougars. 7, 8, and 9 up for the Cougars. Leading 5-2 here in the game. If the Cougars win, they will take home the NJAC crown. Ospreys look to extend it another game. Cougars looking to sweep through this NJAC tournament, coming in as the 3rd seed. And they will, if they do win this, and there's a base hit in the right field to start out the 6th inning. The Cougars will, if they do, they would have won all the games here at Cougar Field since they had an opening round game at home and beat William Patterson 3-2. That was on Tuesday. Actually, I was rowing that they beat 3-2. William Patterson beat Stockton 6-3. And Ramapo a 3-2 win over Montclair State. So the Cougars get a runner there.
14. Number 11, Sarah Butchano.
Actually, we'll have a hitter here. Sakano will bat. For DiGiacomo. And that pitch high for ball 1. Asked for help there and said no swing on that. And there's the bunt. Nice bunt there. So it's a sack bunt. And it gets the runner over.
The left fielder, number 13, Olivia
So
Senko.
Beresniak is at second base. Zengo will bat, the 9th hitter in the order for the Cougars. And the strike. Engel reached on a bunt single her last time up. That came with 2 outs in the 4th. She has grounded out to shortstop. Cougars with a 3-run lead. They have 10 hits in this game. There's a bunt again. This time it is foul. So the count is 0-2. That's outside, 1-2. Top of the order, and Ratty on deck. Reaches for that one and fouls it off the dugout there on the third base side. Count stays at 1-2. So breeze that we're always accustomed to here at Cougar Field now blowing in from left field toward home plate. 1-2. Waited for that one and hits it to third. They'll get the out at first base. It'll move the runner over to third on the 5-3 put out. So Caroline Ratty will get an opportunity with a runner on at third base. And 2 outs. Ratty is 1 for 3. Struck out her last time up looking. And there's a strike. That's a pitcher not going to hit. And even NJAC said it's not you. It's just a pitch, just leave alone there. And they stay outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike is the count. Well, that's 2-1. Ratty trying to get that runner from third home with 2 strikes. Hits that one on the ground to shortstop. And the throw across is in time. Ratty is out, and so are the Cougars here in the 6th inning. They'll leave the runner on at third. They'll head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. 5-2, Cougars on top.
Leading off the 6-4 Stockton, designated player number 2, Danielle Lugo.
Danielle Lugo will lead things off here for the Ospreys. Pop up there to the second baseman, Sabo, for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 12, Ashley Lobel.
So Lobel will bat. Lobel is 0 for 2, a strikeout, and popped out to the pitcher. It'll be a foul ball over the dugout there. And that will be caught again by Sabo. So 2 balls hit to Sabo, resulting in outs in the air.
The shortstop, number 6, Morgan DeVello.
So we have 2 outs. Looks like we might be getting a pinch hitter coming out here for the Ospreys. So Mikey Klatt will bat here.
Your attention, please. Now batting for Stockton, number 28, Maggie Klatt.
So Klatt will be the pinch hitter here with 2 outs. There's a ball. Klatt watches that pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Klatt has come to bat 27 times this season with 10 hits. They're batting 370. That's in the left field. That's a 2-out base hit. So a pinch hit single for Klatt. Get a pinch runner in. And DeVello heads back to first base to replace the batter who just batted for her.
Re-entering the game at first base for Stockton, number 6, Morgan DeVello.
So here's Sheeta. Struck out and
Third baseman, number
popped out.
29, Casey Sheeta.
That's the 9th hit of the game for the Ospreys. And a strike. Both pitchers doing a good job of keeping that ball on the outside part of the plate. And there's a pitch inside, sent foul, so count is 0-2. Stays alive with that. Sabo makes the catch there. So Sabo gets all 3 putouts here in the 6th inning. The Ospreys are done. We'll head to the 7th. With the Cougars ahead 5-2. Top half of the seventh inning here, and Sabo, who made a nice play to end the inning, steps up to lead off for the Cougars. Sabo, a perfect game here today at the plate. Has been on base all 3 times, scored all 3 times. A bunt single, a single to left, and walked. Tries to bunt there. Scored on a pass baller last time after moving to third on a fly ball, seeing the base unoccupied. After tagging up, she moved over to third, put herself in position to score on a pass ball. The NJAC Player of the Year might be the last time we see her here at Cougar Field in a Cougar uniform playing second base. However, we'll wait and see what happens for the postseason. That one popped up to shortstop, and there's one out. It's the winner here. That's an automatic bid into the NCAAs. And we have hosted the NCAA regionals here at Cougar Field in the past. There's Rizzo, 1 for 3. Struck out her last time up, but singled to drive in 2 runs in that first inning. Cougars jumped off to a 3-0 lead. Have not looked back since then. 3 runs in the first. Went ahead 4-0 in the third. Ospreys cut it to 4-2, and Cougars are running the fifth and make it 5-2. Ball. So after the big rains of Friday, able to get everything in on this Saturday and Sunday. Sheeta makes the call and the catch there for out number 2. Here in the top half of the 7th inning, Cougars are visitors in this game. There's Dana Knapp, who's had a perfect day at the plate. 3 singles, a couple of RBIs as well. Ball 1. She has knocked in 2, and Rizzo has knocked in 2. The other run, as we mentioned, getting home on the pass ball. 2-0. Should the Cougars win this game, they will win the NJAC championship and will stick around for the presentation of the championship trophy. 2-0 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Here comes the first baseman in to make the call. So Cosenzo makes the catch. The Cougars go down in order here in the top half of the 7th inning. We'll head to the home half of the 7th with the Cougars leading 5-2. Cougars 3 outs away from winning the NJAC championship. Chelsea Thomas, it'll be 9-1-2 against McMahon here. Thomas has a hit. There's a bunt there. McMahon makes a nice play, and Sabo is there to make the catch there at first base. So McMahon and Sabo combined for a nice play on the bunt. The throw was in the dirt, and Sabo, who got over there from second base, able to corral it and then show it to the umpire for out number 1. Carly Shaw is the batter. Shaw's 0 for 3. Ground out, pop out, and a fly out. One ball and 1 strike. McMahon was not able to handle that one. Slowed it down too much for Rizzo. That'll be an infield hit for Shaw. So she's on with 1 out. Here's Massa. Massa has a couple of hits and 3 times up. Knocked in a run in the 3rd. And I believe it's raining. Of course, we get through this whole weekend without really too much rain in during the actual games themselves. 1-1. And so with 2 outs in what could be the final game, rain starts to fall here at Cougar Field. On the ground to Sabo. There's 1. And not able to get the second one as Rizzo smartly held on to that one. And so now the Ospreys are down to their final out here. Arentowicz has 2 hits and 3 times at bat. We're going to get a runner in at first base. So Marinero is out there to run. As we have 2 outs. So there are 2 down. Arentowicz, the right fielder, is at the plate. Strike 1. Cougars trying to go perfect through this NJAC tournament. Inside 1-1. Off the end of the bat to Sabo, and the Cougars are the 2017 NJAC champions. So the Kean Cougars will head to the NCAA Division III tournament. They beat the Ospreys 5-2. Our line score, Kean University 5 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. While the Ospreys 2 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. So the Kean Cougars are the NJAC champions as they win their 33rd game of the season, which will continue on into the NCAA tournament. We are going to hang on for a couple of minutes to catch the championship presentation here at Cougar Field. Our final score, Kean University 5, Richard Stockton 2. The Cougars The NJAC champions 2017 will await the trophy presentation in the rain. Here at Cougar Field, the Kean Cougars have won the 2017 NJAC championship. First time the Cougars have won the championship since 2011. Richard Stockton University, the number 5 seed, the runner-up in the tournament this year. So the Cougars, who won back in 2010 and 2011, will now go out to the pitcher's circle to accept the championship trophy. R.J. Acker, the head coach of the Kean Cougars, out there with the team captains as the Kean Cougars have won the NJAC championship here in 2017. And along with that, they get the automatic bid, and there they are, holding up the championship trophy for everybody here at Cougar Field to see, as this is their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Now the Cougars will receive their championship trophies. Each member of the Kean University team. So this is the final time we'll see them here in NJAC play. We'll wait and see the berths as they are announced for the NCAA tournament. In the past, the Cougars have hosted the regionals here at Cougar Field, so who knows if this will be our last time seeing the Cougars. But they win the NJAC championship with a 5-2 win in the championship round, and they sweep through the NJAC tournament after finishing in a tie for third during the regular season, and with the tiebreaker got an opportunity to be the 3 seed and host the opening round game. And then, of course, the tournament over this weekend, hosted here by the Kean Cougars. So each individual of the Cougar team being presented with a championship trophy. The commissioner of the New Jersey Athletic Conference, as they hand out the championship trophies in the rain here at Cougar Field. And Emily Sabo, the NJAC Player of the Year, receiving her championship trophy of the coaching staff of the Kean Cougars, who obviously have done an outstanding job with the Cougar squad.
Assistant coach Sarah Prezioso. And the head coach.
And now
Acker.
R.G. Acker, the head coach of the Kean Cougars, coming out to a nice hand from the crowd.
Kean University has also earned the conference's automatic qualification.
So that will do it for our coverage here of the NJAC softball tournament. So the Cougars win their third NJAC championship 5-2. They beat the Stockton Ospreys in the finals. For everybody here at Kean Live, Wayne Avery, so long everybody.